What if you could move through the world so composed that chaos and criticism simply slid past you, leaving no mark? This isn't about shutting down your feelings. It's about mastering their expression. It's about forging an inner sanctuary so resilient that disruption can't find a foothold. While others scramble to defend their fragile egos, you operate with the quiet certainty of someone who knows that true power lies in undisturbed focus. This is strategic poise. The Stoics knew this secret long ago. Marcus Aurelius reminded us that our distress comes not from events, but from our judgment of them. Seneca taught that the ultimate remedy for anger is a deliberate pause. Your reaction is always your choice, and calm is your most underestimated weapon. In the minutes ahead, you will learn how to rewire your automatic responses, to stand unshaken when tested, and to transform quiet resolve into undeniable strength. You will discover how to detach from uncontrollable outcomes, to let insults dissipate like mist, and to build an inner peace so robust that the outside world loses its power to disturb you. When you master the art of remaining composed, you cease being a puppet to trivial matters and start moving the things that truly matter. Starting now, practice calm as your most vital discipline, because the person who maintains their composure maintains control, and the one in control is genuinely unstoppable. 1. The fortress of calm. Have you ever observed someone who remains serene while everything around them descends into turmoil? These individuals possess a unique form of strength that seems almost superhuman. When you cultivate calm, you become more formidable than any challenge you face. Remaining composed means external turbulence cannot shake your internal foundation. It shields your mind like a sturdy roof in a storm, allowing you to think with clarity when others are lost in fear and confusion. Developing this calm is one of the most crucial skills for life. With inner peace, your decisions improve across the board. You perceive problems with precision, like gazing through crystal clear water instead of a muddy pond. You cease wasting your vital energy on anxiety and dread, redirecting it instead to solve problems and advance toward your goals. Your calm is not a void. It is a focused force. A composed person is like a deep-rooted tree that sways in the hurricane but never breaks. Storms arrive and depart, but the tree remains, stronger for the weathering. Your serenity also influences those around you. When people witness your steadfast peace during difficult times, they feel more secure and begin to calm down themselves. You become a beacon in the darkness, demonstrating that it's possible to navigate turbulent seas. This naturally positions you as a leader, someone others instinctively trust and wish to follow. You can construct this power by taking deliberate, deep breaths when upset or anxious. Close your eyes and count to 10 slowly, letting each number represent one full, calming cycle of air. Remind yourself that this challenging moment, like all others, will pass. Practice mental stillness even when your environment grows loud and chaotic. Consider your mind a quiet chamber you can always retreat to for clarity, regardless of external circumstances.
Abraham Lincoln endured immense pressure during his presidency. He faced daily criticism, a nation tearing itself apart, and vicious attacks in the press. Yet, through it all, he maintained a profound inner calm and stayed committed to his purpose. He refused to let the external noise alter his internal compass. His steadfast clarity enabled him to make wise decisions that altered the course of history. He preserved the Union because he could think rationally while others succumbed to panic. When you embody calm as Lincoln did, you retain your power irrespective of your surroundings. You become as immovable as a cliff face standing firm against the crashing waves. This composure becomes your most valuable asset, something no one can ever take from you. 2. Command your response. What would change if you could consciously choose your reply to every provocation? Imagine wielding that level of self-mastery. Most people react impulsively, like a reflex. But empowered people insert a pause. They consider before they act. Your responses reveal your true character more than anything else about you. When confronted with negativity or adversity, you hold the power to choose your next move. This choice is your hidden superpower. Controlling your response is critical because once words leave your lips or actions are set in motion, they are irrevocable. You can apologize later, but the initial impact has already occurred. Quick, heated reactions often amplify small issues into full-blown crises. One harsh sentence can dismantle a friendship built over decades. One reckless action can alter your life's trajectory for the worse. When you govern yourself, you prevent minor irritations from escalating into major catastrophes. You also earn profound respect from others who witness your restraint. They think, look at that strength and control. I aspire to be like that. Individuals who cannot manage their reactions are like autumn leaves tossed by every gust of wind. They have no say in their direction. But those who command their responses are like the wind itself, deciding their own path. This self-control is the essence of personal freedom. You are no longer a prisoner to your fleeting emotions. You become the author of your life. Your response is the one thing no one can take. Practice this by implementing a mandatory pause before replying to anything upsetting. When bothered, count slowly to 5 in your mind before you speak or act. This brief delay allows your wiser, rational mind to catch up to your initial emotional impulse. Ask yourself, will my reaction improve this situation or worsen it? Take a breath and contemplate what course of action would make you feel proud when you reflect on this moment tomorrow, next year, or in your old age. I knew someone wrongly accused of a serious error at his workplace. His manager blamed him publicly in front of the entire team. He felt the heat of anger surge within him, a boiling urge to shout and defend himself immediately. But instead, he stayed silent and focused on his breathing. The following day, when tensions had eased, he presented the facts calmly and logically. Because he controlled his initial reaction and avoided an angry outburst, people listened attentively and believed his account. His professional reputation was preserved entirely due to his self-command. Your disciplined response is your ultimate strength. It signals maturity, wisdom, and authentic power. When you master your reactions, you master your destiny.
3. The power of reserved silence. Why do the most profound individuals often speak the least? Have you recognized this truth? The people who talk the most are frequently not the strongest or wisest. Silence is not emptiness. It is a distinct form of influence that many never learn to harness. When you choose silence, you guard against saying things you may later regret. You also spark curiosity in others about your thoughts, granting you a subtle advantage. They speculate about you, while you, having listened intently, already understand them. Silence is potent for several key reasons. It permits you to observe and learn from your environment continuously. While others are busy talking and striving to be heard, you can watch, listen, and comprehend the underlying reality. You perceive truths that elude the talkers, who are too absorbed in the sound of their own voices. Silence also safeguards your plans and personal feelings from individuals who might misuse them. Not every thought requires sharing. Sometimes the most powerful reply to a provocation is no reply at all. Your quiet can communicate more than any shouted words. When you practice silence, you conserve your mental energy. Speaking requires effort, and arguing demands even more. By remaining silent, you preserve that energy for your own use, allocating it to more productive pursuits than verbal conflict. Silence also helps you maintain an air of dignified mystery. When people don't know your every thought, they often regard you with more respect. They cannot easily predict your next move. Cultivate this strength by dedicating time to quiet contemplation each day. Sit alone for several minutes in pure silence, observing your thoughts without giving them voice. When someone attempts to draw you into an argument or drama, experiment with staying silent instead of engaging. Allow them to speak while you remain centered and quiet. When you receive good news, practice holding it privately for a time before telling others. Notice how keeping your own counsel makes you feel potent and self-contained. Mahatma Gandhi employed silence as a formidable instrument throughout his life. He would observe days of silence, using that time for deep reflection and strengthening his convictions. He referred to these as his days of silence, and he honored them unwaveringly. His selective silence made his spoken words far more impactful when he chose to use them. People listened intently because he never wasted a syllable. Like Gandhi, your deliberate silence can become a primary tool for maintaining composure and power. Every word you do not speak is strength conserved within.
4. Strategically withdraw from turmoil. When is removing yourself from a situation the most courageous act? Many believe that staying and fighting is always the answer, that walking away signifies fear or weakness. But the discerning understand when to extract themselves from chaos and conflict. Walking away does not mean you are afraid. It means you value your inner peace more than winning a debate or proving a point. It means you possess the wisdom to recognize that not every conflict merits your time and energy. Withdrawing safeguards both your energy and your mental space. When you remain in chaotic situations, you absorb that disorder into your psyche like a sponge soaking up water. It depletes you and induces fatigue. It muddies your thinking, preventing clear perception. The confusion and noise infiltrate your mind and establish a residence there. By stepping away from chaos, you maintain your clarity and strength. You also avoid saying or doing things you might deeply regret later. Some of life's most significant mistakes occur when people linger in turmoil for too long. Learning to walk away requires courage because it can feel like surrender. But it's actually the opposite. It is winning the most critical battle, the battle for your own serenity. Your peace is more valuable than being correct, more valuable than having the final word, more valuable than teaching someone a lesson. When you walk away, you are choosing your own well-being over the temporary satisfaction of conflict. Incorporate this by learning to identify chaos in its early stages before it pulls you into its depths. When you sense a situation growing heated or messy, excuse yourself politely. Take a walk outdoors, move to another room, or simply conclude the conversation with grace. You don't owe an explanation to every person who demands one. Sometimes you can just depart quietly without a word. Your peace does not require anyone else's permission. Eleanor Roosevelt frequently exited rooms where people engaged in gossip or cruelty. She didn't create a spectacle or announce that people were wrong. She simply removed herself from negative environments without fanfare. She would rise with dignity and walk out. People respected her more for her refusal to participate in chaos and malice. Some even followed her example and departed as well. When you walk away from disorder, you protect your inner sanctum and demonstrate that your composure matters more than any quarrel. You teach people how to treat you by what you will and won't tolerate. Withdrawing is your way of declaring, I merit better than this chaos. 5. The discipline of measured speech. How much conflict would vanish from the world if everyone considered their words before speaking? Envision the pain and trouble that would be prevented. Your words carry immense power to build up or tear down, to heal or to harm. Once spoken, they can never be fully retrieved. You may apologize, but the words have already done their work within someone's spirit. Thinking before speaking is like possessing a shield that protects both you and others from needless injury. This practice is invaluable because rushed words frequently cause lasting damage that takes years to mend. When you speak without forethought, you might reveal secrets that weren't yours to share.
You might wound someone's feelings so deeply they never forget. You might make promises you cannot possibly keep, shattering your credibility. You might utter something in anger that permanently ends a valued relationship. Taking a moment to think helps you articulate what you truly mean, with clarity and kindness. It also prevents you from saying things you don't genuinely mean, spoken merely because you are upset. Words possess a unique kind of power. They can alter how a person views themselves. They can make someone feel invaluable or utterly worthless. They can start conflicts or create peace between adversaries. Because words are so potent, they should be handled with care, like a surgeon handles a scalpel, only when necessary and with precise intention.
Train yourself to hold your words for a heartbeat before releasing them. Before you respond to anyone about anything, pose 3 critical questions to yourself. Is what I'm about to say truthful? Is it kind? Is it necessary? These 3 queries act as sentries at the gate of your speech. If your words pass this 3-fold test, then speak them clearly. If not, select different words that do, or embrace the power of silence. Sometimes, saying nothing is the kindest gift you can give. Benjamin Franklin was renowned for his considered speech throughout his life. He would pause and weigh his words as a gemologist examines a precious diamond. This habit earned him deep trust and made his opinions highly valued. His thoughtful communication helped him mediate disputes and forge lasting friendships. People knew that when Benjamin Franklin spoke, he had reflected first, so his words carried significant weight and wisdom. When you think before you speak, you gain the same respect that Benjamin Franklin commanded. You retain your power, even in challenging dialogues. Your words become more valuable because you use them sparingly, and each one carries meaning. 6. Focus on your sphere of control. Why do certain individuals fret over everything while others maintain a peaceful and steady demeanor? The distinction is simple yet transformative. Serene people concentrate solely on what they can actually influence. You cannot control other people, regardless of your efforts. You cannot control the weather, the past, or yesterday's events. But you can control your own conduct, your perspective, and your dedication. This is where your genuine authority resides. Focus on your response, not the noise. Concentrating on your sphere of control matters because agonizing over everything else wastes your precious vitality, like water leaking from a cracked container. It's akin to attempting to grasp water in your palms. It simply slips through your fingers, leaving you weary and frustrated. When you direct your energy only where it can create real change, you become more potent and effective in all your endeavors. You stop feeling powerless because you are no longer attempting to command the impossible. Many people expend their entire lives trying to manage things that are inherently unmanageable. They worry about others' opinions of them. They stress over potential events that may never occur. They wish they could alter history. All this anxiety accomplishes nothing except robbing them of peace and creating misery. Meanwhile, they neglect the aspects they truly can govern: their own behavior, their words, their daily routines, and their choices. Consider it this way. You cannot control whether it rains tomorrow, but you can control carrying an umbrella. You cannot control whether someone likes you, but you can control acting with kindness and respect. You cannot control traffic congestion, but you can control leaving early to avoid rushing. You cannot control illness, but you can control nourishing food choices and sufficient rest. When you focus on your part, you discover peace. Practice this wisdom by mentally creating 2 lists. One list contains elements within your control: your language, your work ethic, your compassion, your decisions, your reactions, your effort, your integrity, your habits. The other list holds elements beyond your control: others' thoughts, past errors, tomorrow's weather, others' choices, historical events, how others treat you, situations already concluded. Whenever you begin to worry about something, ask yourself which list it belongs on. If it's beyond your control, release it, like setting a bird free into the sky. Do not cling to it. I knew a farmer who internalized this lesson through decades of labor. He couldn't control the rain, and for many seasons, he watched the skies with concern. But he realized that worrying about precipitation didn't make it fall, so he decided to focus exclusively on what he could manage. He could control the preparation of his soil. He could control planting his seeds at the correct depth. He could control weeding and protecting his crops from pests. He concentrated on perfecting his part and remained calm about the remainder. This understanding kept him peaceful and prosperous year after year, regardless of whether the rains arrived early or late. When you focus solely on what you can influence, you cease being a victim of circumstance. You become powerful because you are investing your energy where it truly counts and can affect genuine change.
If this path to unshakable composure resonates with you, please support the channel by hitting the like button and subscribe to Winds of Thought for more guides to mastering your inner world. Let's continue. 7. Guard your emotional landscape. Should every person know your emotional response to every event? Many individuals broadcast every feeling to any available audience. But when you share every emotion, you grant others a degree of power over you that is difficult to reclaim. Guarding your emotional landscape doesn't mean concealing your identity or being inauthentic. It means protecting your inner world from people who may not respect it or could potentially use it against you. Emotional privacy is vital because not everyone has earned the right to know what resides in your heart. Some people will employ your emotions as tactical weapons. They will recall your moments of vulnerability and remind you of them later. They will mock your anxieties or leverage your concerns to manipulate you. When you keep your feelings to yourself, you retain control over who sees the real you. You deliberately decide who gets to glimpse inside your soul, permitting only those who have demonstrated they will handle it with reverence. Your feelings are akin to precious artifacts. You wouldn't leave valuable gems out in the open for anyone to take, would you? Yet many people leave their emotions exposed for all to see, touch, and judge. They announce to everyone when they are sad, furious, scared, or injured. Then they wonder why people treat them poorly or lack respect. Your emotions are your private business until you choose to share them with a worthy confidant. Guarding your feelings also insulates you from those who thrive on drama. Certain individuals relish when others are upset because it makes their own existence feel more thrilling. If you show them your distress or fury, they will disseminate it as gossip. They will share your private business. But if you maintain emotional privacy, these individuals have nothing to circulate. You remain secure behind your wall of discretion. Develop this skill by pausing before disclosing your emotions to anyone. Before you tell someone how you feel, ask yourself if they have earned that trust. Have they kept your confidences previously? Do they treat you with respect? Do they care about your welfare? Or are they merely seeking interesting conversation? Practice recording your feelings in a private diary instead of vocalizing them to every acquaintance. This helps you process emotions without distributing them. Learn to maintain a calm exterior, even when you feel turbulent internally. Your face doesn't need to display every feeling. You can offer a polite smile when sad or remain neutral when angry. This isn't deception, it is self-command. It is choosing what you reveal and when you reveal it. I knew a teacher who encountered numerous challenges in her classroom over the years. Students would occasionally attempt to upset her deliberately to provoke a reaction. They would say disrespectful things or misbehave, hoping to witness her become angry or frustrated. Instead of displaying her feelings, she kept them private and maintained her composure externally. She never let them see her become unsettled. Eventually, her students respected her fortitude and ceased trying to bother her because they couldn't elicit the response they sought. Her private feelings became her private power. Your emotions belong to you. You don't owe them to anyone. Keep them secure and share them only with people who have proven they deserve such a sacred gift.
8. Let patience be your anchor. What if waiting could render you more powerful than rushing? In a world obsessed with instant gratification, patience distinguishes you from the masses. Patient people comprehend that valuable things require time to mature and develop, just as seeds need weeks to become seedlings and seedlings need seasons to become fruit-bearing trees. Hastening typically ruins outcomes, while patience refines them.
Patience is authentic strength because it demands tremendous power to wait calmly when every fiber of your being urges immediate action. Impatient individuals make rushed decisions they later regret. They seize opportunities too quickly without proper evaluation. They abandon worthwhile ventures prematurely because they don't see instant results. Patient people, conversely, observe carefully, learn thoroughly, and act at precisely the right moment. They understand that timing is more critical than speed. Patience also shields you from the frustration and anger that stem from demanding everything now. Observe nature. An oak tree doesn't produce acorns overnight. A butterfly doesn't hurry from its chrysalis. The sun doesn't sprint across the sky. Everything in nature operates on its own schedule, which is why it functions with such perfection. When you attempt to rush natural processes, you damage them. The same principle applies to your life. Rushing friendships makes them superficial. Rushing learning leads to poor retention. Rushing decisions results in poor choices. But patience allows things to unfold properly and completely. Patient individuals also perceive opportunities that impatient people miss. When everyone else is rushing about in a panic, the patient person remains calm and notices details others overlook. They discern patterns within the chaos. They grasp what is truly happening while others see only confusion. This provides them with a significant advantage in any scenario. Build patience into your life by practicing small, deliberate waits. When you desire something, compel yourself to wait one full day before obtaining it. This teaches you that wanting something and requiring it immediately are distinct experiences. When someone angers you, grant yourself time before responding. Count slowly to 20 or even depart and return the next day. Remind yourself that time is your ally, not your adversary. Each moment you wait makes you stronger and more discerning. George Washington demonstrated extraordinary patience during the Revolutionary War. His army was undersized, poorly equipped, and endured severe winters. On multiple occasions, he could have rushed into battle when his soldiers were eager to fight, but he waited for optimal moments instead. He knew that one ill-considered engagement could lose the entire war. His patience confounded the enemy, who couldn't comprehend his refusal to fight on their timetable. His careful waiting contributed significantly to winning the war and founding a new nation. Like George Washington, when you let patience be your anchor, you make superior choices and achieve greater victories. The waiting itself fortifies your character and your power. Patient people ultimately prevail because they comprehend that life is not a sprint to the finish line, but a journey demanding wisdom and perfect timing.